we're back, guys. I finally finished it. Here it is in front of you. The abandoned storefront Dio. Oh, and with the service garage, of course. Yeah, it took me a few days to actually finish it. From the start. When I did the foam work and everything. And then painting it and everything. Like I said, a few more days, and I'm actually kind of blown away by what I've done with this Dio. Like I said, this is one of the largest die that I've done, and with this kind of style also. This one is more of like has a little bit more of like architecture design to it. Like I mentioned from the previous video when I was discussing about the idea for this is basically my client wanted a storefront, and at the same time he has this idea of maybe using it for like not really Walking Dead, but yeah, kind of like post-apocalyptic type scene. He's a Marvel Legends guy too, so I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna be using this for Avengers type photos. I'm gonna go in a little bit, but I just wanted for you guys to just kind of view the whole thing and kind of see the different features. Yeah, it's kind of big, so I have to go back a good about 4 or 5 feet from the dial just to be able to fit it in my phone. It's pretty late here also, about 3 o'clock in the morning right now, and I just want to get this video done because I'll be handing this to the new owner tomorrow. So I just want to be able to get this video done and share this with you guys. So I'm gonna go move in now and kind of quickly go over the many features again. You guys basically have an idea already what this kind of look like, from the previous video, but now, like I said, this is my first time doing graffiti, and I'd say graffiti artwork is one of the weakest areas in my Dio skills, and so that was my first try. Not really sure how that turns out. I'm pretty sure people who have knowledge in graffiti work will probably think that's a load of crap type work, but it ended up becoming more of a vandalism than graffiti. And so yeah, I just added those decals just to add the realism of a service garage. And this basically, the setting is more of like an old type setting, and so if you can see, it has kind of like those old kind of like signage. But overall, that service garage came out pretty good. Again, this light works, but the battery is kind of weak on these lamps, so I try not to leave them open for too long because they become weak. But then again, what can you expect? I got those at the dollar store, so pretty cheap batteries. I'm pretty sure inside. So moving on to the storefronts, basically it's a two-story building, um, probably more, but you know, I only design up to the two-story, but I'm pretty sure in maybe a real type setting you'll have a taller building with the storefronts at the bottom. But in the purpose of just, you know, making a dio, you know, I try to contain it and make it, you know, more manageable. I mean, it's still pretty big the way it is, but sometimes, you know, when you make dios, you have to make things more realistic, you know. I mean, realistic in the sense of being able to build it without incurring, you know, too much time. Sometimes, you know, a client will have a very ambitious ideas of, you know, all these things, but you know, as a dio builder, you know, one of my job, I get, you know, for me, is to be able to gather those information that they want, and you know, do it in a way that it'll work, you know, again, without incurring too much you know, time and just, you know, difficulty in building it. So yeah, you know, those broken glass on the windows are again made from the clamshell, the plastic clamshell from the action figures, and they work perfectly. I like the way they came out. And I think I kind of went overboard, but I like it. You know, I like the damage, and you could kind of have the idea of, you know, this place being you know, gone through some you know, heavy you know what, you know, riot maybe, you know, people shooting and stuff like that. But definitely that look captured it. You know, these doors right here are removable, so if the clients want to have a photo ops that they want to do, they could put a figure in there. Actually, I could probably do that right now. I have Iron Fist right here, you know. You know, probably not, but you know what, you get the idea. You could probably have somebody standing in there, and you could backlight, because this one is open the top and should light, you know, behind it, and you know, be able to have that nice dramatic lighting with the figure inside. Even you know, Walking Dead figures, you know, we put some zombies behind it or something, and put like a red light or something in the back of these and illuminate. That would be awesome, you know. Again, you know, the same thing for this one. These are removable, so you could have that look in there opened. The glass I decided to make permanent. You know, since you know, it's like a damaged you know, broken glass, it's kind of fragile. If you know, if I'm gonna let the client you know, remove it on and off, I just don't want to, you know, get that problems later on, you know, comes back to me and tell me, you know, it's broken. So it's permanent there. The same thing for the broken glass on top. And oh yeah, and also this is the first time that I actually decided to, I don't know if you guys notice, you probably don't notice it at all, but actually the brick size that I use for this dio is actually smaller than what I normally use. A lot of dio builders that I know use dimension of 1 inch by half inch dimension of the bricks. Actually, that's not really correct scale. I mean, if you convert the standard brick sizes, the standard brick size is about 8 inch by 4 inch by 2 inch thick, 8 inch long, and 4 inch wide. If you actually convert that to the 1/12 scale, it's actually less than the 1 inch by half inch that everybody is using. So I just want to make sure to be able to do this kind of thing, because if you do the half inch, 1 inch, you're not gonna be able to have this pattern right there, because this is already 1 inch right there. I don't know if you're if you're getting what I'm saying, but making this smaller gets you this. You basically have the face of this. You'll be able to do this, basically add that line. But if not, then you're only gonna have I guess you're gonna have one, and then basically across. I guess it'll work too, but I tried this smaller one anyway, and I actually think it's nice. I think it's more accurate. But the only thing about that is, if you do that, it's a little harder to lay out, because on your ruler, when you use it, it's much easier to use the increments of half inch, 1 inch, compared to like less than half inch and less than 1 inch. So I don't know, maybe depending on the type of project that I'll be working on, then might go back to, I can switch back between the smaller wheel scale size to the other size that everybody uses. Again, the paving right here, this asphalt paving that I did, this is actually the first time that I actually used this technique, and I got this technique from Al Figures actually. And basically what he's doing on his asphalt is spray it with the Elmer's spray glue, the one in cans. And basically what it does is it gives you that kind of like not gloss, but close to being gloss. So the light kind of like has that like almost like a wet type look, and I really like it actually. So I think I'm gonna be using that idea from, or I'm gonna get that, copy that idea from Al, because I think that idea really works. I mean, if I focus more, I mean, you can kind of see how realistic that looks. Oh yeah, and then these broken glasses are actually removable. It's just there right now, but I'm gonna be taking those off when I deliver this to my client. Let's bring back this doors. Put a couple of figures just for scale. You guys have an idea. So I'm gonna bring back my, I have a motorcycle there. model Iron Fist. And let's put a villain in there. Let's put the motorcycle on the other side. Or there you go. As you can see, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big dial. I think the dimension of this is 24 plus. I think I added another, so it's about 3 feet, 3 feet across. I think about 16-inch deep. And I think the tallest one right here is probably about 20 inches, the building. So yes, you know, pretty good size, you know, 3 feet by 15 inch by 20 inch. I'd say that's a large size dial. Just go to sideways right here. Span it. I'm just spanning it so that you guys could get a feel of this place. You know, there's a thing about dial, you know, like when you zoom in, that's when the magic happens of the illusion of you know, being real. And that's kind of like the trick also when you do ACBA stuff, photography, is that you have to work at different angles, see where you can get some interesting, you know, angles, and at the same time being able to contain it. All right, well, I think that's about it. You know, I pretty much said everything in the first video about the idea for this. I just basically, you know, want to go over this to show you the completed and painted product. Yeah, it's a challenging project, but I really enjoy building this one. And you know, I was able to use new techniques on building this, and I'll probably be using that technique in my future dial projects. Well, I hope you guys like it, and I hope that you're able to pick up something or inspire you guys, maybe giving you idea to build something similar. And if you guys have any questions, you know, please feel free to either leave me comments or you could email me. It's also in my YouTube account. You guys could also follow me in my Instagram page, where I'm actually pretty active. I post a lot of stuff there, so if you guys wanna, you know, learn more about stuff that I do, then follow me there. I'm going to also add photos after this video, so you could kind of see the kind of shots that I was able to do with this dial. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in, and hope to see you guys on my future videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.